thought I'd just come back out and have a look and see what the outside is like. So you can see everyone's enjoying the weather. As much as nice, it is lovely in there. It's just getting quite warm, so people are coming out having a break, and everyone's using the facilities. It's good. We've got I'm not sure if it's linked to the Comic Con, but we've got a jumpy castle out there. So, you know, any young children who are getting a bit bored or frustrated, because they can do. You know, I've got a 3-year-old daughter, so you always have to entertain that age. I think it's going to burn off the energy, which is really good. And then obviously you've got the cafe here as well. So there's always cafe in sight. So, you know, but this Comic Con always encourages you to bring a picnic. Bring a picnic, sit in the green, have a bit of break in the sun, and then go back in and enjoy some more. Easy time, really good, love it. Okay, right, I'm going to go back in though. I'm going to go back in because Bumblebee is going to be out in the arena in a minute, and we're coming ever so close to the photo shoot and the guest panel. All right, let's go. So we're just waiting for a mass cosplay photo shoot. So they're all coming out, so as you can see, slowly but slowly, they're all coming out the doors. Yes, yeah, should be good. So we're going to try and find a good position to have this massive photo shoot. It's going to be quite a lot of cosplayers here, I think. This is coming out, look at this. One by one. Some really good cosplayers this year. Some really good designs. A lot of furries as well this time. So there's a whole group of furries going around. And so one pyramid head. So like I said, I do like to see someone try to do pyramids. Here we go. Right. So I'm going to go around and make sure that I don't miss this. Okay, here we go. Let's have a look. Avengers Assemble. Huh? Was that good? Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Awesome. Did you know? No, I'm not going to say that. No. Spoiler alert. Okay, so we won't say anything, even though it has gone past the 2-week threshold. So in our eyes, that if you go past 2 weeks and you haven't seen a film, unfortunately, spoilers are going to come out. You know, if you're that keen or that much of a fan to watch a film, you would have watched it by now. But nothing against anyone else, you know, but obviously, like I said, we can only hold secrets for so long before it will come out. So yes, what's going on here? I was going to the grass. Maybe not a photo shoot? I don't know. I'll give them a follow around. And then we'll go back in because Bumblebee is walking around inside the venue. And then we've got the talks, and I want to have another check on Dino Hire. So the dinosaur, didn't really get a good look at it this morning. I came in a little bit late, but he's going to be walking around some point this afternoon, so get a better view of that. While we're here, we'll have a look at his cars, because again, I didn't really give you a good view of the car. So you've got Lightning McQueen, Bumblebee, Barricade, and Batmobile, and Jack Sparrow.
It's an absolute lie. There's nothing going on at all.
Don't believe him. He's a pirate. Okay. Let's have a look. So there we go. So I'm not sure if the Batmobile is part of Mustang, Barricade, Southwest, but definitely the Lightning McQueen, Bumblebee, and Barricade are. So it's all good. Right. On that note, we're going to go in and see if we can find Bumblebee. He's walking around. He's walking around it somewhere, and we'll find him. All right. Let's do this. So that was Force for Charity, obviously, you know them, you've seen them quite a lot now, so pretty cool, aren't they? I love them. It's a massive group here today, so they're scattered everywhere. They've got that's not even half of them, so the rest of them are in the building, so it's pretty good. So it's all good. I want to jump on that bounty castle. Do you? Yeah, that'd be good. Alright, now I'm going to go in. I'm going to go in and we'll have a look and see if I'm Bumblebee. I keep getting distracted. Keep saying I want to go in and see Bumblebee, yet I find somebody else. Furries. So furries was one of them. So one of them. One of the furries. There's a whole gang. I don't know what the plural is for furries. There obviously is one. So if you know it, please put it in the comments below and let me know. But yes. Just rambling on now. Okay, we're going to go in now. I am actually now going to go in. Okay, here we go. Right, we just entered in. So it's actually dropped, as in people. So either something happening or everyone's going home. No one's going home. Can't be. It's only what? 10 to 2. It's open to 4 o'clock. I know there is, I think 2 o'clock there's going to be a talk, so it could be the reason why people are here, which means I got to get my... well, I was going to be rude, not going to be rude. Need to get myself into action and find this talk. Okay. I want to find Bumblebee, so I will go around. Before we go, we'll try and find Bumblebee. Okay, here we go. I got it. Okay, so Bumblebee has come and gone. I've missed him. Oh mate, sod's law. Oh, it was my fault in a way, because obviously my unit was losing battery, and I thought, oh, should I chance it? Shall I run back to the car and get my charger? And in that time, he's come and gone. Alright, not the worst can happen. Alright guys, so sorry you couldn't see Bumblebee. You saw Barricade, which is cool. We'll probably see him again. So now it's coming to the talks. Yeah, 2:30, almost there. So we're going to go down and see if they're down in the studio, and if so, we will have a look. Alright, let's get down there. So, out of all your characters you've played in years, what would be your favourite one you've done to date?
What? Gosh, I can honestly say I've enjoyed playing lots of different characters. I think one of the nice ones that I enjoyed was Mr. Gates from Black Sails, because I think he was probably the nearest to my personality, in the sense of he got to swim in lots of different eclectic areas, not just in terms of he was talking to the crew, he's talking to the captain. And when I actually got called in for a meeting about it, which was odd, I got talking to the showrunner, producer about it, and he was asking me about what I understood about the quartermaster's job and being on a ship and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And he said, we talked about it, he said, you seem to understand this. I said, yeah. I said, that's because I've done it. He said, what do you mean? I said, well, I was a non-commissioned officer in the British Army. So, you know, you have to talk to the guys and motivate the guys to get what you want them to do.
Yeah.
And you also have to talk up to the bosses sometimes and tell them what they did wrong, which I've had to do that as well. So I said, that pivotal role, power up and power down, I was used to doing. So I enjoyed Mr. Gates a lot. Obviously, Nazir was a turning point in my career, as was the show for many people's careers. So Nazir, probably Mr. Gates. But one of the other ones I actually enjoyed is a character called Yuri in a little film called Street, where I got to play a Russian gangster who got to chew the scenery and scream and shout and be really nasty. So I've had lots of parts that I've enjoyed playing. Captain Hook, I played Captain Hook. I've been very various. Che Guevara, lots of different characters.
Lovely.
We haven't got enough chairs.
That's okay, I found my chair. I'm just in a ball.
Simon, what's your...
It's very difficult. I love whatever job I'm doing at the time. And I have to say Dorim in Doctor Who was the one that producers and directors would then phone my agent direct and give me straight offers. So I have to thank Dorim for that.
Yeah.
There was a TV series called Puppy Love, where Joe Scanlon and Vicky Pepperdine were the writers, and they wrote the character for me with me in mind and taking into account my mobility issues. And it was lovely. It was called Puppy Love because in the storyline, my wife ran a doggy training centre very badly, and I was agoraphobic, so I lived in a fixed caravan until it caught fire. But every job is great. I did a one-man show, one-man play, which I'd never done before. I was absolutely terrified, but I can say after doing it, not only was I felt I was a better actor, but I was also a better person.
Okay.
So I recommend to any drama students, go out and do a one-man show ASAP, because you won't be as frightened.
Jump the deep end.
I can endorse that. I did Tommy Cooper on stage. That's fantastic, and it's a real test, isn't it? Being out there by yourself. The stage work, Mice and Men, things like that. They're the real benchmarks. And lucky enough to have been a casualty, and Robert Sherwood, of course, Game of Thrones. So yes, it's been a nice varied thing, as well as comedies, Vicar of Dibley and stuff. So a real nice happy balance. Ross, you've done lots of.
Oh, what was the question?
Oh,
I just walked in.
What was your favourite character?
What's your favourite, what's your sort of favourite parts that you play?
Oh, right, okay. Well, I don't know. Like, I always find that really hard because whatever I'm doing at that time, I'm really focused on and try to love it as much as possible. I loved doing theatre for a number of years. And then, getting into TV and film, I started puppeteering as well, which was a very weird segue. And I didn't really like it when I was training. I was trained with Henson's. Kevin Clash, who did the Elmo puppet, trained me as a puppeteer. And I didn't really like it. But then I got this role on Bear Behaving Badly and Smile around 2004. And I fell in love with the character. So, it was a real particular thing. But I guess the thing I probably loved the most was playing a Polish gangster in a movie called The Sky in Bloom, which I'm in, because it was so far from me, really. Playing monsters is always great, but they don't talk a lot, but they're cool. But every job has its own little cool twist on it too. It's
Yeah.
hard to kind of pick one because they're all, I think like Dolly Parton says all her songs are her children. You do feel like every character is your creation to some degree, your thing. So you don't want to choose one over the other. It's like you want to favor one child over the other. Well, that's my feeling. Cheers! But I'm sat on a ball now and I like it.
Not upstage at all, really.
No.
Are we going round? No, I'm in the way. You can't. Tell everyone you're yeah, but I was here first. You tell everyone you're
You didn't want to sit next to me, that's good.
Oh, this is your chair. Oh, okay.
Are you so scared? Guys, you've all got everything got sleep.
It's on cast.
How's that? This is like the most unusual setup ever.
There we go.
I guess it's us. Do we have any other questions?
Somebody's got one. What will be happening if they haven't got
Do you want us to move that way, Simon?
It's when they think they haven't got questions, I'll tend to do that. And I go, somebody's got questions.
We're using a mic. I can hear me well.
I think it's fine.
Hello.
What's the best or most unusual location you've been?
I'll have that one. Oh, hang on, we've got two for you. This one's for us.
In November, I went to Morocco and filmed a great scene over there. It was just so beautiful, and God, I just couldn't believe it. I mean, actually, it was only like 2 days filming, and then the rest of the week was free time. So I know that's not really unusual, but it's nice.
It's not unusual, there's a song actually.
I got to stand on the fourth Transformers. We did a scene at Cape Canaveral, a launch pad, and there's a famous launch pad there called Launch Pad 39, where the moon shots went from and all the shuttle shots went from. And there was 6 of us that were allowed to actually stand underneath the space shuttle Endeavour, and I was one. So we got to stand literally underneath. I could have just reached out and touched it. And I almost went like that at one point. One of the NASA guys went, if you break it, you bought it. But I actually got to stand on that launch pad. We did the entire scene at the end of the film, literally underneath the spaceship, the launch pad. Historic location. That was great.
We both filmed in Barricade Castle in the room where Edward the got killed by supposedly Richard III's.
That was a weird thing though.
The walls still echoed to screams. You sort of went into this room and you could actually feel the pain in the stone.
Michael got sick. Michael got sick. Michael Craig went in there to shoot in this room. He had to do a scene there on his own, and he said he got nauseous, and he had to come out. And I said, well, what's wrong? He said, I don't know what's in there. He said, oof, he felt literally sick. He couldn't stay in the room. So he had to, I think they came out and shot someone else. Yeah,
Anyone else?
No, he was murdered in the room.
I think one of mine was definitely an underground nuclear bunker called Draco Tunnels. I do a lot of live events. That one was particularly nasty, a bit derelict, a bit dirty, a bit dank, and a bit dangerous.
Radioactive.
What was the most unusual, really? Could be? Okay. There's several, but yeah, when I was working on Bear Behaving Badly, we always did something really strange with the little puppet. Did you like Bear Behaving Badly? Yeah. Okay, but we had this one where he was bathing in a bathtub full of donuts, I think it was, that were filled with toothpaste, right? So because I'm puppeteering the character, I'm in the bathtub, covered in donuts, full of toothpaste. So I was there for a good 2 hours, smothered in donuts filled with toothpaste. That was unusual. One of the unusual things I did.
It's very rare that fantasy, you know,
Yeah, it was one of my deepest fantasies, and yeah.
Fresh, I don't know. Cardiff? I think probably years ago, did a music video with Britney Spears. And we didn't know, it was a very secret location, no one knew what was happening. We got told very late on we've got to go. And we arrived at this property under sort of shroud of darkness. And I walked in and everything was gold. Gold, 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 single, gold everything. And apparently from Elton John's boxes. So we're there for the whole day while Britney Spears was shaking her leg. So yeah, that was
Hear me, baby, one more time.
the only sort of unusual thing was really when I was down the Dark Road, in Slapback in London, Battersea, we were moving along in a little bus, and as we got to the location, they said, right, put these on, and we all had to wear black bags over our head, so I sat next to Heath Ledger, and the reason we were doing this was because there was too much press trying to take photos of Heath Ledger. So they put us all over these bags all over our heads, and then they escorted us through from Battersea, with press taking photos. It was very bizarre. And then they did that film in a disused car park. So, yeah, they just, I know, they did it over Heath Ledger, they mixed him up these. So no one could see it. So that's bizarre.
Oh, sorry. One of the luxuries of our job is we do get to do a lot of travel. And I've had the good fortune of travelling the world, really. And so the question is, which is the most unusual? Well, I'm going to put unusual as the product that was being sold in a commercial. I was flown all the way to Vienna to be in a hotel, and I had to place a pair of very expensive shoes outside the bedroom door. That's all I had to do. And it turned out that the shoes were more expensive than my entire fee. So that was a little unusual. Going back to Doctor Who, we filmed the fight sequence of A Good Man Goes to War in an aircraft hangar. Very late at night. It was in January and it was snowing, so it was freezing cold. But when we went in, the TARDIS had already been set up. And it was lit from above, and it was very, very magical moment. And it's the time that I realised that not only was I a fan, I was a true fan of Doctor Who. I always said I just followed Doctor Who, but I became a real fan when I got to touch the TARDIS under the sea. But also, I was flown to Geneva to jump a puck. For a magazine that's called Bleak. So there you go.
Not very unusual. It's always Cardiff, as Sandeep said, but it's always one particular part of Cardiff called Boot Street. Always end up there. Cyberman invasion of Boot Street in Cardiff. It's not that strange or unusual, but it is to us because you've got all the packs watching. And all the fans watching at 1 o'clock in the morning, they're still lining the streets. But it's very hard to be a terrifying Cyberman when you can see Lloyd's Bank across the street.
Yeah.
Apart from that, it's all seems to be railway tunnels as well. When I was a nasty Nazi on Overlord, we spent weeks in a railway tunnel. Nothing exciting about that, it's just cold, dripping and horrible.
For me, nothing as exciting as these guys, but I can remember last January, I filmed a movie called 11, which is a World War I movie, and we filmed in January, and we went to Ipswich in Trench Farm, and this is where they've got original trenches from the war, and we spent 18 hours on set every day, because the lighting, was crazy over there as well, so it was snowing. We had rain the following days, and it was about -2, -3, and we were filming in the trenches for a few days there to make it like real, And then we had seen in the hospital, the war hospital, and the hospital was like a whole hangar, and there was no windows. And we were filming on scene because we were restricted for timing and money. So we were doing a day shoot in the trenches, and then we were filming the hospital scenes at night. And it was really, really cold, and we were all tired and everything. But that was probably kind of like, probably one of the most unusual and exciting things that we did.
Alright, thank you for that. Now guys, is there any... Sorry, is there any more questions you can think of, guys? Any of these guys? No, this man has his hand up immediately.
It might be quite obscure. Oh. It's a Robin of Sherwood question. But
Not that obscure.
Quite
a popular series.
The question related to it, maybe. I'm a film student in Plymouth, and I'm really heavily into the whole sort of like quite recently recognised folk horror sort of subgenre, and folk horror, yeah, and I don't know. You might have not heard that coined.
So we're talking about folklore.
Folk horror. Sort of all linked with paganism and hauntology and things like that. And I was just wondering if, there's films, classic films in the folk horror genre would be like The Wicker Man, Blood on Satan's Claw. Recent ones would be The Witch, which was very popular as well. And I just wondered, how much do you think Robin of Sherwood influenced that subgenre, and how much Richard Carpenter might have been influenced by those previous films, maybe.
So we're talking folklore, like the hairy hands and the Beast of Bodmin right. I get that. I'm married.
If you study a film and you're actually looking at cinematography ways to show, when we did Robin, we had probably the best young camera technicians, Brian Felix, all of those guys, the best lighting guys in the business. But this is how weird that question. We haven't confirmed that. I was doing a thing called Black Sense, and a director called Neil Marshall, who directed The Descent.
Yeah.
Neil's great. He became a fan of mine, right? So we were setting up, rehearsing, doing the prep to start shooting on the boat. And about a couple of weeks into shooting, we're in the bar, and this guy got 2 Emmys for Game of Thrones. Right? He directed The Battle of Blackwater, whatever it was, and Neil's done some very successful films. We're in the bar, and he said, he looked at me and he said, I've got something to confess to you. I said, what have you got? I thought he was going to say, something. His could be character or dialogue's not. He said, I'm just going to say this, I'm a huge Robin of Sherwood. Everything I know about cinematography, about lighting, about pacing, I got from watching Robin of Sherwood. I learned it. Now, if you look at Neil's career, what he did with Dog Soldiers and those other films, I'm about to do a film in Hungary, hopefully in about 6 weeks, called The Reckoning, which is exactly about what you're talking about. So there's a director that basically cut his teeth on watching Robin of Sherwood. How odd is that? But that's true. And Richard Carpenter, I think, was a big fan of Wicker Man and all that kind of British, mythical, dark, strange, claustrophobic horror. So that's where a lot of that came from. But cinematography-wise, absolutely. Next one.
Comprehensive answer.
Enough time, we've got enough time for one question, I'm afraid. The lady's hand was straight up. See, look at that, that's what I like. Come on, sing it to him.
Who's got the most embarrassing blue pack?
Who's got the most embarrassing blue pack? That's what they want to know. Who made the biggest mistake?
Why do I always clock this one out? It's like shooting myself this anecdote. I don't know what to tell it. It was on Doctor Who again. I was playing a space corpse along with my good buddy Claire, although he wasn't. Oh, he was there on the day, yes.
He's always there.
He's always there. We had these terribly restrictive costumes. You could see your faces, so we were acting with our sort of dead faces. That's kind of acting. But these huge, bulky spacesuits. They were shooting a very important scene, and they didn't need us for this scene, so they tucked us around the corner in a holding area with tall perching stools, which we were supposed to just rest on lightly. And then they switched the lights off and said, no, we can't have lights in here because we're distracting the shot. So I was standing up, and my other Space Corps companions were sitting there. And suddenly the director shouted out, or the first AD, the first assistant director shouted out, and lots of lovely hush please, and action. And from that moment I decided to lower myself onto the purging stool, which I was convinced was right behind me. And it wasn't. And I continued to lower with no mobility in this suit at all. Slowly like that. And behind me was a coat rack full of jangly coat hangers. And I took the lockdown in one go and ended up sprawled amongst this cacophony of sound. Oh, it was lovely. Jangling coat hangers. It was like a jazz band had been wheeled into the room. It was awful. And just over all this crashing cacophony, I could hear one word. Cut! Awful. I wish I could have disappeared into the floor. But I got up with the help of an assistant director and I was walking out, and who should come towards me but the lovely Peter Capaldi. And I thought, he's just going to shake his head at me. But he said instead, are you in tomorrow? I do hope so.
Oh, no, is this mic's getting past quick? No,
well, let's stick to the Doctor Who theme. Yeah, I mean, when I was doing The Silence, the final episode, Matson's last episode, Time of the Doctor, the Silence appears sort of crawling down the walls. I don't know if you remember, they're sort of like slithering down the walls, crawling. But of course, we couldn't really do it that way. So what they did was they sort of took a bit of the wall and put it on a slant here, you know, like on the ground, and then got me to kind of crawl down it. But of course, like, because I was up and had my butt in the air, and I was sort of doing that, and it looked like I was twerking, really. And he shot it all, and he said, this is going to be a great video somewhere, but not in Doctor Who. So somewhere is a video of just me on a board as the Silence twerking for no reason at all.
I'm just hassling. Now, guys, can we give a big hand for these guests and these great performers? When these guys go back in, if you have questions that you didn't get a chance to ask, all we need to come and speak to them. They're all going to be there, coming out before saying, coming out and grass with them, picking their brains about things that you always wanted to know. I'm sure they'll be more than happy, guys, to answer any questions if they can.
Yes.
Will they be right? Brilliant. But can one more round of applause, please?
That was good, wasn't it? Good talk, nice to see them. So interesting to see, obviously, you know, where they've been filming, and the blue ball is quite funny actually. Something I would probably do for the hangers and stuff like that, so it's quite good. So we're now back in the hall. It's kind of dying down now because we've got about an hour probably till it finishes. So I've got a feeling that the dinosaur will come out one more time. If that's the case, we'll film that. Force for Charity is still walking around, so we'll probably get a few more shots of that. So I think you're groupie of me. Love it. Okay. Best thing ever. Love it. Are they following me still? Are they still following me? Yeah. Shall I run away? Do you want to know a secret? I'm part of this group. Look, they made me honorary member. Woohoo! Thanks, guys. I love you guys. Awesome. Right, here we go. Okay. Yes. So I have been made an honorary member of Force Charity, which I am stoked. I'm over the moon. I love that group. I think that Star Wars group is absolutely amazing. Amazing charity. So check them out again, as normal or as usual. So I say, I'll put the link in the description below so you can check who this charity is. But they're going to loads of venues. So just been announced that Force of Charity are now going to be at Geekfest, which is on the 7th and 8th of July this year, down at the Heartlands in Camborne, in Cornwall. So come down. It's a good venue. It's a good event, and you'll enjoy it. But oh no, they're back again. Oh, here we go again. Here we go. Ah. Hey. Good old Chewie. Remember the big hug I had Chewie in Falmouth last year? Awesome hug. Always have a hug from Chewie. Okay. So I'm gonna. I think. Oh, look, Predator. Let's have a look at Predator.
If you're curious about why it's suddenly gone quiet in here, the cosplay competition is now on in the studios. That's the cosplay competition is now on in the studio. So if you want to go and see all our wonderful cosplayers and cheer them on, or if you're an entrant, please make your way to the studio now. Thank you.
Have a gander and see if there are any other cosplayers around. Well, there won't be, will there? Because it's 3 o'clock. I've realised during the cosplay competition. So we'll have a look in there, okay? And you can have a gander at what it looks like. All right. We're not going to sit through the whole competition because it takes quite a long time. Squeeze through this gap. Look at this way. Yeah, it takes quite a long time, but you'll get the grasp of what a cosplay competition is. Okay, let's go.
I suggest, Wilson, that you walk to the front because you're going to get rubbish pictures from there. Wilson's not a photographer, by the way. Do what you need to do. Excellent stuff! I can see the next one right here. This is Laura as Harley Quinn. Give us a whoop whoop. She doesn't like to speak because Harley doesn't like to speak at all. So what I'd like to do is stand in front of there and give us some wonderful Harley poses while all of these lovely people give you a huge round of applause. Okay, moving swiftly on, we have John as Kid Bang Dragon Ball Z. Is this correct? Fantastic.
Who's going to present for you, boss?
I honestly thought he was going to start flossing for a second. Can you floss? No, me neither. Yes, he can! Yes, he can! Excellent stuff. And we have Elisa as Jin Urso. Is this true? Give it up, come on! Whipping weapons out for him. Oh. That doesn't mean pull your guns out here. Pull the gun out for him. Pull the gun out, he loves it. Or not, as the case may be. Don't worry about that, Elisa. Thank you very much. So we'd like Helen, please come forward. Better Six Lestrange.
What an assortment of filthy muggles, bloods. Have we got any Hufflepuffs in? Were you not clever enough to get into Ravenclaw?
please step forward. It's always one. Why are you not that side?
On the mates, kicking some ass, shooting guns, do lots of taste of positive shit in the morning.
Does everybody get happy because you will not be doing it again? Excellent stuff, Curtis. Soldier 76! Okay, we'll move swiftly on. We've got Captain Caspar, please come next. Eloise Ramsey, Elizabeth Joyful Black Butler. Because we've got Matthew as Ronan from the Guardians of the Galaxy. Boots hits his
People of Thunder, you stand accused. Your peace treaty won't save you now. It will be the ashes in which you burn.
Not quite sure where he's going. Excellent! Completely forgot about that. So, wait, dance off. Come on, Ronan, come here! Star-Lord, come here! Dance off, dance off, dance off, dance off! Lay down the fat beat that we can pick his body to! Excellent, give it up for such good sports. Thank you very much, Star-Lord, and of course, Ronan.
Two Star-Lords.
Dance off, give us some hands, just clapping going. Excellent stuff, give it up for the Star-Lords themselves, and also Ashton, who was the actual one that was supposed to be.
I've just come from Solo to see you, but it's news from the engines, everybody's happy over there. Is everybody fans of the Thomas and the engines or not? That's very good.
Caleb, NCR Ranger, Fallout New Vegas, and Josh, NCR Rangers from supposedly Fallout New Vegas. Give it up, come on! You've got Kevin as Obi-Wan Kenobi. Please come forward and weft your weapon around. just want to do something with you. Snape, Severus Snape. There we go! What's coming up? Lawrence has indeed Dumbledore! We have Michael's Royal Imperial Guard from Star Wars. They're not known for doing a lot, I do believe.
So it's almost 4 o'clock, so it's just now everyone's sort of finishing up here in the hall. As you can see, it's all starting to die down. So as they're, we're just going to come in here, have a quick look while the judges make their decision who wins the cosplay. We're just going to have a quick look and just see essentially this venue one last time. Not much left, obviously, because all the traders are packing up. I did promise you, didn't I, that we would see the dinosaurs, but I don't think they actually did come out, even though it was scheduled 3 times. I think they only came out twice. But you got to see them. You got to see them, which is good. Yes. Okay. All right. So you had a quick look around here, which is good. We're going to head back quickly, just back to the venue, to the studio, just to see if the judges have made their decision. And squeeze from her again. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll have one more quick look, and then we'll have a quick look outside, and we'll wrap it up for the day. Okay, let's have a look.
See what happens when you let anime people roam free like they're in the wild? It is absolute chaos and they love it. They're all very shy and retiring people who would never do anything in public though. Honestly.
Okay, so there's a lot of people waiting around. We're all waiting for the judges to come back and make their decisions. So there's a little bit of chaos at the moment. Everyone's making, having the time of their life in a way. Anime. So this year's a lot of fun. Do you know what? I've noticed this over about three years, well, you know, Comic Cons. There's a lot more anime coming on than your standard characters from comics or iconic movies or Star Wars. It's all anime now. The thing is, the sad thing to say is I don't know these characters because I don't watch those anime or whoever these characters are from. I don't know them. But it seems to be a big thing because everyone else knows who they are. So that's good. And you know. And they're breaking the character, so no longer just taking poses, they actually become the character, say a famous speech from the film or cartoon they're talking about. So it's good. So yeah, Jack Sparrow. So we're now just waiting. The judges have disappeared, so we're waiting for them to come back and make their decision. Alright, let's wait for them.
Both Star Wars, of course, just because of what they do. They put dancing on, guys, spontaneous, start at the moment, we're put on the spot, and you're doing it effortlessly. Well.
Actually, I'd just like to find out who our Mystery Star Lord is, please. James. It is James's Mystery Star Lord. Give it up for our dance of Star Lords for that honourable mention.
For brilliant craftsmanship and passion for your characters. Honourable mentions to Obi-Wan Kenobi and you, who are completely who you were. Yeah, you. You have to say who you are again, I'm really sorry.
Lelouch v Britannia.
There you go. What do you say? Yeah, just because I really like the craftsmanship and the passion in it and everything. It was really cool. So honourable mention to you guys.
There's the door. To Don't feel sorry for him. No, don't feel sorry for him, for God's sake, he loves it. Don't R him! Alright, he can come back, they've argued. Don't give him that. Do not give him that. So we're going to go on to the proper people now. Best craftsmanship, I think we'll do first because I'm a bit alternative like that. So, second place is awarded to Jasper and Dan. Please come forward. Give it up once again, Jasper and Dan. First place is awarded to Lawrence. Please step forward. Snake, Cerberus, snake. Yes, big round of applause for Dumbledore. Now we're going to switch it up and go to the best under 12s. Don't panic, dear. Keep your hat on. Or not. Best under 12, second place. Could I please have Alana and Sadie? Go on, more claps, more claps. Give me your whoop whoop. Best under 12's first place. Somebody give me a drum roll. It's John. Please come forward, John. I want flossing and dipping and derping that as well. Oi. Give it up. That's first place under 12s to John. Best in character. Second place is awarded to, drum roll, it's Faye. Please come forward, Faye. I want to see the splits again. First place, last drum roll of the day, please. It's Helen. Please come forward, Helen. As in Helen. I thought I was going to have an anticlimax there, but I pulled it out the back. And that does indeed conclude our debauchery for today. I would like once again to thank every single one of you for listening to my dribbling dulcet tones. I want a huge applause for all of our costumers. Every single one of them is bloody awesome. Every single one. Including the ones that don't enter who come and dance off. Also, lastly, our fantastic judges. Give it up for them, come on! And aside from that, we will be seeing you at the next one. Do not get disheartened, keep costuming, keep coming back.
So there we go, so that is the end. It's the end of the Plymouth Comic Con, the UK Comic and Gaming Festival. It was a really good day. The event was awesome. The venue is awesome. So much space. So really good choice. I hope you enjoyed it, guys, because I did. Thoroughly enjoyed it. So much happened. The costumes were fantastic. The cosplays were fantastic. You know, the organisers, the staff, fantastic. The actors, you know, the guests were fantastic. I mean, you saw them in the panel with the questions, so that was really good. Yeah, lovely day, and the weather perfect. So yes, I hope you enjoyed it. So yeah, if you like it, just leave a comment in below and just say how you felt enjoy the Comic-Con through the channel, and please subscribe so you don't miss any more. Just tag that bell so you get notified when I bring out a new episode. So the next one's going to be on the 26th of May, which is going to be the photo shoot at the what do we call it? The workshop. Sorry again? I have got a YouTube channel. It's called The Distinguished Geek.
Can I be in the vlog?
You can be in the vlog. What's your name?
Ollie.
Ollie. So hi guys, this is Ollie. What's your name?
Harry.
Harry.
Henry.
Henry. Where are you from?
Plymouth.
Plymouth?
Yeah. Hometown.
Good local lads. Awesome. High fives? High five. High five.
Follow on Ollie_Anstey on Instagram. Follow Harry_Lawson9 on Instagram.
Yep, and?
Henry Stu_12.
There we go.
Yay.
Good. Good lads, aren't they? Yes. Okay. So I lost my thought then. So like I said, so we've got the 26th of May. It's the True Butterflies costume workshop down in Falmouth, but it's a superhero photo shoot. So there'll be loads of cosplayers down there, which would be fantastic. But back to this one. So this is, the next one is going to be the 4th of August in Truro. They've got 2 buildings, so it'll be bigger than last year. It'll be fantastic. All right, guys. Thank you once again for watching. Please subscribe, and I shall see you soon. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
The